Marriage should be fun, fulfilling, and full of joy, but too often outside voices try to define what it should look like. Your Best Marriage Now is here to challenge the norms and help couples build a relationship that feels right for them. Hosted by Jock and Rashima Mountain, this podcast is all about embracing the freedom to love, laugh, and grow together. Join us as we share real conversations, practical insights, and plenty of fun along the way. Let's dive in together.
Well, welcome back to Your Best Marriage Now. I am Jock Mountain, and this is my wife, Rashima Mountain. And we have been married for 20 years, 20 whole years. And we have been in business for 19 years, full-time, running an inspection company. We do residential and commercial inspections. But, you know, we always talk about marriage. We always talk about the 3 C's. We talk about communication, compromise, and commitment every week. Those are the pillars that we have built our marriage on. But they are also the pillars we have built our business upon. Mm-hmm. So today we're going to take a slight turn and just talk about business, talk about entrepreneurship, because we know a lot of you may work jobs full time, but you're starting your part-time business. You may be a full-time entrepreneur, you know, whether that's landscaping, doing hair, you know, you got your own thing going in real estate, working on graphic art designs, whatever it is that you do. We know about being in business, and we know about, you know, the ups and downs of business, but we also know how to make business grow. And so today we're going to talk to you about, you know, some of the things that we've dealt with in business, how it impacted our marriage positively and negatively. And, you know, just want to give you some encouragement that if you really have something in your heart that, you know, we want you to go for it. But I will always say this: whenever you have something in your heart and you want to go for it, and you are currently working a full-time job, I always say, do not do anything that hurts your family. So you are a school teacher, and that's your full-time job, and you make $42,000 a year teaching school. And you know you better than that, sis, and you want to do better. And I got a dream, and we want you to have a dream. But when your husband works his job and he brings home his $45,000, he still needs your 42. And all I say is start building your business, and build your business until it makes you leave your job, until you have so much business coming in that it requires you to say, you know what, I got to take a day off because I got so many contracts, or I got so many customers. Do it to the point where it really produces, and not you just stepping out on faith and seeing what's going to happen. When life demands your salary, we can't just step out on faith and see what happens. We have to have predictable income. And, you know, I'll let you jump in here on that.
I was just going to give some encouragement.
Oh,
I was like, we all still out here together.
Right. But listen, you know, when you step out here, one of the things we realized was we started our business 2006. So we are literally coming up on 20 years of being in business. But if the phone did not ring, even to this day, then business is not conducted. So one of the first things you have to do is look at how you're going to market your business. Well, I'm going to get on social media. Well, it's a lot of people on social media that are doing what you do, unless you have something that is just super unique. I mean, we got to find a way to really touch people in a unique way. And what is it going to take to make you stand out? Why are you the best hairstylist in your city or in your county or wherever you're watching? Why are you the best? And those are the type of things that we prayed about. We asked God to help us, show us how we're different, show us what we can do that other quote unquote people aren't doing. And one of the first things that came along, and this was just one of my natural giftings, was my wife was like, you know how to teach. She was like, every home inspector cannot teach. And I'm an inspector. I inspect commercial and residential and commercial buildings. And teaching opportunities opened up. Mm-hmm. And once the door opened up for me to teach, because I was already gifted in that area, the people was like, oh, we like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy is good. Oh, man, I've never heard somebody make a home inspection sound interesting.
Yep.
And you added humor to it. Man, how did you do that? It was already a gift, but I didn't know the two went together.
Yeah.
And that became one of our first distinctions. And so from one seminar to another seminar, putting us in front of more people, more home buyers, more real estate agents, it began to grow. But God highlighted for us what the difference was.
And I'm glad you said God highlighted, because along the way, I was missing that partially, because I have a natural tendency to get way out somewhere versus seeing it's happening right now.
Yes.
And you teaching and being, I was like, how do you make talking about a house so funny? And people loved it. And what you're doing, it may not be humor. It is, what is God showing you about you? Like, now we're expanding, we're growing, we're stretching even more, which I realize I do like challenges. And it challenges, I am a big picture thing. Like, I can see the whole big picture. And now combining those gifts of what I can do, what you do, it has opened us up to not only expansion, but touch other people's businesses.
Exactly.
And that's what we want y'all to think about. Like, what is it that I can do that can touch somebody else's life?
Right. Man, I'm going to go back to the hairstylist, because we know of a hairstylist who's definitely gifted. But then you can be a gifted hairstylist, train other stylists. You can get from behind the chair, become the teacher, become the manager, become the owner. And that goes in multiple locations, because everybody doesn't want to own.
Right.
And that's something we had to learn. Like, everybody doesn't want to be CEO, CFO. Some people are just happy with, let me come in and do it, do it with excellence, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But there are some of us who have to see it and see the big picture and run after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We talked a couple of episodes, maybe 5 episodes or so ago, we talked about give me the whole formula to something.
Yes.
And I'm going to revisit about having God as your source.
Yes.
1 Corinthians 8, chapter 8, verse 6. I'm not going to read it. It's in the Amplified.
Okay.
It says, God is the source.
Okay.
I need y'all to realize that he really is the source. And I'm saying that because I used to think Jock was the source. Then I thought I was the source. And I would get frustrated a lot because I thought, well, he got to make it happen. I got to make it happen. And if you're in a season right now where you feel like it's not happening, check with the source, because there's always a door. In our industry, we have heard for over 19 years, the market. The market is like, what is the market? The market is the market, and God is still God.
Yes.
And when the market shifts, we have seen the market shift in 2008. We saw the market shift in whatever year. We saw the market shift after COVID.
Yes.
We have seen the market shift, but we have also seen God be consistent and stable and steady. I think I mentioned that the house is as strong and is as steady as the rock, the foundation. You got to have something you build on. And it being something from God that means something, not just to you, but to other people.
Yeah.
And he'll show you ways, like he's given us different divisions in our business that help cover when there was fluctuation on the inspection side.
Right.
And it's like, we not that smart.
We're not that smart. Yeah. He opens doors for you. And you know, I just keep thinking about this. Sometimes the difference maker is that you care.
Yes.
That's for somebody, because I keep just hearing it. Like, if you just care about what you do, that is a huge, huge difference maker.
Yeah, because we've seen, and I'm saying this, hustlers, meaning people see what you do, they see what we do, and they think, I can do that. I can get a flashlight. I can get this.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in and I'm going to charge half of what the industry is charging. And you don't last because you don't care.
Right.
You don't care about the people really knowing what they are buying. See, this came from a 2-part story for us. I was a single mom when I was buying my first investment property. And it was an inspector who told me about the condition of that property to let me know that was not the right property for me because it was beyond what I could afford financially to fix it up. And then when you left your job and we were looking around and pursuing, had been thinking about things for you in real estate because I was doing mortgages, and the door opened because you had heard about it before.
Right.
You was like, I can see doing this because I do want people to know about the house. I do like knowing how the house functions. I do like knowing that this operates here. And so you think about the care of the information, the care of the people to even be able to convey it enough to give them an excellent product.
Exactly.
And so if that's something if that's in you, God will open doors because beyond the product, beyond the service, do you even care about the people?
Exactly. The heart of it. And, it's in Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 29. It says, if you see a man diligent in business, he will stand before kings.
We believe in living at your own address, meaning your marriage should reflect your values, happiness, and your vision. Join us as we share real conversations, practical insights, and plenty of fun along the way. Let's dive in together.
And one translation says rulers, another translation says those in authority. And in our estimation, some of the people we have worked for, they have been kings. They've been kings to us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we've been serious about. We've been diligent about just producing a good product.
Yeah.
We heard a story about a young man who got into a whole career field because he knew how to clean. Just because he was cleaning, a door opened.
Yeah.
That's excellence.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So people see the heart behind the thing, and they're like, well, if you care that much about this, I can take that and bring it over here and do this.
Yes, because it's who you are.
It's who you are.
And if you're trying to just get over on people, and I don't believe, like, your best marriage now, family, that's not who we are.
No.
You on here listening, you show up every week, you liking, you subscribing, and you sharing it with other people because you care about marriage.
Yes.
Just like we do. You care about marriage. You care about being people. We are looking for people to be who they say they are.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean that you won't make mistakes, because I used to think I couldn't make mistakes. I thought, man, if I have God, I know I have God, that I should be perfect. Everything should be perfect. And I was afraid about some stuff. And I realized, like, no, it's in those mistakes. I have a lot of good stories.
Yes.
And you can see him still because the core of my being has not changed.
Yeah, because, my favorite scripture is Matthew 5:8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. It's the purity that comes out of us. It's like, yeah, I messed up, but that wasn't my intention. I was a little late with the thing. I didn't get it quite right, but my heart, what's coming out of me is to do the right thing. And, over the years, we have operated in business. Yes, we've studied, we've trained, I've got certifications, I've taken tests, we've marketed, but it's the continuous good product and caring about what you're doing. I remember one time, and I'm gonna just throw this in there and I'm gonna let you take it. We had a pest control guy come to the house. Remember, we had the rental property, and we were just like, man, it's just like this lady moved out and the bugs over there was real. The roaches was real. We was like, Lord have mercy. This guy sprayed this house down. He climbed up on counters, went behind doors, cracks. I had never seen nobody care that much about killing roaches.
I remember that.
But he cared. He talked to us, sprayed that house down, and he went the extra mile to make sure You will never have another bug in this house.
Mm-hmm.
That marked us.
Yep.
Can't remember his name to this day, but his level of service.
Him going into the
yes, all up above the thing. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to shoot it down through here because most people won't get in here and go up. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But it was the detail,
Mm-hmm.
the excellence. Because next time we called, I was like, can we get him again? The guy who went the extra mile. Because he really cared.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just drop that today. It's just somebody's, you may already be an entrepreneur. You may already have something going. But make sure the care is there. Make sure the heart of the thing is more than just making the money. Like we've had people cut our grass, but then we've had people who cut our grass who care about grass.
Yes.
Like, hey, you know what, man? You're not watering enough. Hey, these plants right here need this. Y'all might need to consider. Like, you really care about how my yard looks, other than you just ran the lawnmower and let me get my $100.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So here I said I wasn't gonna go to the scriptures, but I got to be who I am.
Right.
Because I got to give y'all the flour and the eggs for the whole cake.
Yes.
The market, whatever your market is, if it's not high, business is not always.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like, oh God, oh, I ain't sleep last night. And this is a scripture that I embrace and stand on, meditate on, is Psalm 37, verse 19. Is in the New Living Translation, because this is the translation that really spoke to me. It says, they will not be disgraced in hard times. Even in famine, they will have more than enough. And he knows, we know that we'll say, like we've had some, like a couple of months ago, we had one of our lowest months. And I was like, what is happening here? Mm-hmm. But I would always come back and say, you know what? It don't matter. We're going to always have more than enough.
Yes. Because
this is what the author said. This is the creator of our design, how we're supposed to live. He said we're supposed to have more than enough. So now I've started saying, okay, what am I learning in this? And one of the things I went and learned is about my labor productivity. And I had to make some changes with our labor productivity. Yes. And I brought back in, and I'm saying 62%.
62%, yeah.
In our house, in our business.
Yeah.
And so the low month, instead of me freaking out, because I used to be afraid of during those times. Like now it's like, okay, Lord, what can I learn during this? Because I know you're going to still provide. And I learned, am I paying us right? Am I paying the staff correctly? And I realized that there were some team members that their season was up and I needed to replace them with somebody else that could do a better job at a lower price. Mm-hmm. That's business.
That is business.
That is business.
Right.
But it says we not going to be disgraced. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we have to, and I want to encourage you, because there are times when the bank account not going to look like you want to post them receipts. It's going to look like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But during those times, can you still post the receipts of, but God is the source. And the source says that we not going to be disgraced. Mm-hmm. And that we always going to have more than enough. So I'm going to still look for the more than enough when it doesn't look like it's more than enough.
Yes, and that's where we pray daily for wisdom. Because wisdom was saying, you're paying this person too much.
Yes.
And we didn't realize that.
Yep.
Wisdom was saying, hey, we need to restructure this because you can save money over here.
Yep.
And we didn't realize that.
Didn't realize it. And I
so
wouldn't
God was like, I'm giving you the money, but you giving it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was wisdom to really just take a look at it and say, you know what, this isn't right. This isn't working right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I apologize. When you were saying wisdom, as a business owner, you have to be the first partaker of your business. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about me because there were times I was feeling resentful of the business because I wasn't partaking financially adequately enough for the role that I was fulfilling. Mm-hmm. Nobody should be getting paid more than the CEO of the company. And yes, we need to, we look at it like we run our business now like an NFL team. There is a salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
And after the owners have been paid, this is what we have to work with. And okay, now do the owners decide they want to forego some of their money to now bring on somebody else? But I'm not just going to not get paid in my business.
Exactly.
If you have a business, you need to be paying yourself a salary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were working a job,
You get a check.
you get a nobody shows up to work for free like that. I mean, I know we're in a climate now where people got to show up, and I pray y'all be increased.
Yes.
But nobody continuously show up every day, week in, month out, without getting a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was feeling like in our business. So I wanted to encourage you with that. Pay yourself a salary, a nice salary based on, where you are in your business.
Mm-hmm.
So
And make adjustments. Adjustments are good. Adjustments. And we're not talking about huge. Sometimes it's just tweaks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's tweaks. Sometimes it could be the space you in. Sometimes it could be the chemicals you buying. Sometimes it could be, you don't always need the name brand thing.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the off brand that's gonna get you through for a season. You know what I mean?
Instead of leasing, like you might be leasing. I mean, God will help you along the way, because you remember we were leasing equipment.
Yes.
And I was like, we come out better just up front buying it, owning it, and now we own it.
And save so much money.
And put money back into growing the company.
Yeah. And that's where the wisdom comes.
Yeah.
He'll show you, he'll help you prepare. And every time the market shift, what we always used to say? This is working in our favor.
It's working for our good.
Working for our good. Yeah, we just be like, this is working for our good. Well, they said he's going to do this, that, and the other. You know what? It's going to work for our good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how's that going to work for your good when people getting laid off and furloughed? I'm not saying that didn't happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I don't care. I'm just saying in the grand scheme of things, it's going to work for my good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said the housing is going to slow down. It's going to work for my good.
Mm-hmm.
In every season, in every situation, it has worked for our good.
It has worked for our good.
Well, they said that during COVID, nobody was going to be able to work. Guess what? We were still able to work during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It worked for our good because we just kept confessing it.
Yeah.
That, God, you're the source. You know where I live, how I live, how many kids I got. Show yourself strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they said you might have to go over to Birmingham. If provision is in Birmingham, I'm about to drive over to Birmingham. I'll be back tonight.
Yep.
I'll be back tonight, but I'm about to go to Birmingham right now.
Yes.
They got 10 houses in Birmingham. I'll be leaving at 6 a.m., babe. I'll be back by 6 this evening.
Oh, you said something good, and then I promise.
Yes.
We really might have to be willing to get outside of our comfort zone.
Oh, man, come on.
We really, 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 really might have to be willing to do something that we normally wouldn't do.
Yes.
In our company for the provision to come forth.
Yes, and I'll say this. A month ago, we got a call for me to drive
Yes.
3 hours away for an inspection. I was like, my goodness. I was like, is it a building? The lady was like, yeah, it's a big building. I was like, okay, well, if I can come on this day at this time, I can drive that far for a building, not for a house.
Yeah, but then the door open.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. But being willing.
Yes.
And, I even had to spend the night because it was so far to drive down there, spent the night and came back. But it was like, but that was still provision.
Mm-hmm.
Even the provision to spend the night at the hotel and come back. So what we're saying, guys, is if you are entrepreneurs, striving to be entrepreneurs, God is the source. Mm-hmm. He is the source. People are the resource. Well, I was getting a lot of my business from James, and James he moved to Connecticut. James was just a resource.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had this contract with this company, and they were sending me so many calls and so many business, and now they're shutting down because they have federal funding. God is the source. Well, I knew this real estate agent, and she was doing this such business and helping me grow my thing, and she's gone. God is still the source. People are just resources.
Yep.
So if you are in business, we trust God, and he supplies for us. So that's the business part of Your Best Marriage Now. And if you let him be the source, your business will go well. That will transfer over into the family. Family can go well. We can have some fun. We can go on vacation. We can put kids in private school. We can have sex on vacation. It all goes well.
It goes very well.
It goes very well. Let's just let him be the source.
Yes.
And on this episode, we would like to thank our sponsor, Dream Home Inspections. That is where we have learned how to cut our teeth doing business, doing residential and commercial inspections. And we cover all of Metro Atlanta and beyond. So feel free to reach out to Dream Home Inspections for any of your residential or commercial needs. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Your Best Marriage Now, where we talk about real love, real growth, and building the marriage you deserve. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with another couple who could use some encouragement. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube for more tips, clips, and conversations that keep your marriage thriving. Until next time, this is Jock and Rashima. See you on the next one.